Hi everyone! This is my first video, so I thought my first video would be a video of my crafting space. So let's get started. Over here I have all of my ribbon, and this is how I store them. These are just miscellaneous ribbons that I've collected over time from local scrapbook stores. I have my Prima ribbons here. Down here is where I keep my glitter, and I have them stored in little Glad containers, which actually makes it very easy to use. Over here is where I keep my scraps while I'm scrapping. So as I'm doing layouts and other paper projects, if I have like small pieces, I just sort of throw them in there and grab them as I need them. Cool little Stampin' Up! Calculator and sampler set that I won from Angie Guda's website. Pretty cool. She's Chicken Scratch, by the way. You should check out her YouTube videos. They're awesome. Over here is where I store all of my Tim Holtz Distress inks. I believe I've collected about 16 out of the 24 over time, so love those. They're really good at distressing papers and whatnot. Over here is just miscellaneous inks, color box inks, some of my metallic color box inks, flowers and buttons, some of my edge punches here. I got more up there, the Stampin' Up! Ones. And by the way, this rack system here is from IKEA. Love it. Super, super awesome. It keeps everything organized. Over here are adhesives, including glossy accents. Love it. And got some Prima flowers and some brads up there. And here are just a couple of layouts I've done recently. Just sort of hang them up there for inspiration. This little bucket here contains all of my glue dots. And I keep some on the side here of my Making Memories shelf. It sort of fits on that little knob there perfectly. Over here is my Stampin' Up! Ribbon organizer. I love this thing. It keeps everything super organized and easy to access. Love it. Down here are just miscellaneous bling that I use while I'm scrapping, and these are the ones that I use the most, so I have to keep them accessible. Some eyelets and some brads. And this is how I stay up late at night scrapping. My coffee, chocolate, and sugar. I think those are gobbers. So up to the shelf, this is my Making Memories embellishment center. Up at the top I have all my Prima flowers, and then I have some jars with ribbons in there, sorted by color. More Prima flowers. This is where I keep my Making Memories acrylic paints. I have my Stampin' Up! Ink refillers here. I have my more acrylic paints here, Ranger Daubers there. I have some of my Scribbles paint, Distress Crackle paint, love this stuff, alcohol inks, and then this is how I store my stickles. I like to store them upside down to reduce bubbles, so that's pretty cool. I just actually got these three, so I have to figure out how I can hang those. Over here I have Memento inks. I also have my StazOn in the Timber Brown and Black. I have VersaFine, and then just more Memento inks there. These are all my Stampin' Up! Inks. I actually store them in a particular order. I have my browns and greens here because I use these the most. I have 3 boys, so don't use very much pink. Over here are my pastel colors and then my bold colors. And down here are the ribbons, and off to the side here you'll see my sticky strip that I keep on the side there. Here are some random punches that I store. Some Stampin' Up! Ones too, the smaller ones. Got my Stampin' Scrub down there, my corner rounders, my watercolor pencils. I got my Friskers punches there, my paper trimmer. And this is how I store my Frisker punches. Don't have very many of those. I found that I actually like the paper shaper punches better, as well as the Stampin' Up! Ones. They punch really good, just like butter. Love it. These are all my Stampin' Up! Punches, hanging on IKEA racks here. This is how I store my acrylic blocks, so I can get to them pretty quick. Got some scissors here. And then down this way is my Making Memories turntable organizer. I have my ATG gun there where it's easy to get to. Love this thing, use it all the time. I have some dimensionals here, some Dotto. I use this the most when making layouts. I love to distress the edges of pictures using my sander. Love this thing. Over here is my Tim Holtz tools. This one here is, I'm not sure what this thing is called, but it's actually pretty cool if you can see that. It's actually used to scratch either photos or paper, and it gives it that distressed look. It kind of adds to a distressed look, especially when you mix it in with the distressed inks and whatnot. And this is the paper edger. Love that thing. Use it all the time. Over here is where I keep my scissors. So I have the EK6S scissors here, and I use these all the time when cutting really small paper objects like flowers or whatnot. This allows you to get pretty close to the image without, you know, cutting it. My cutter bee scissors and my non-stick Tim Holtz craft scissors. Love that thing. Up here is my Tim Holtz ruler. And then over here are these paper tear edgers by Friskers, and this allows you to tear paper with a shape, a specific shape if you're not into that random tear look. Don't use it as often. I usually do the random tear. But cool, leave it there. Over here I have all of my pens. I also store my aqua pen and my blender pen here along with my mister and two-way glue. Gotta have two-way glue. That actually works really well when you want to add the dazzling diamonds or glitter onto particular stamped images. Just more pens. Over here is where I keep my adhesives. And I think I've showed you everything there. Moving down this way is where I actually keep my Making Memories toolkit, and this is the toolkit that I use the most. It's got a ruler that you can use with the X-Acto knife so you can cut straight edges. It's got the paper piercer, the let's see here, what is this thing called now, the stylus, and it has a little glue stick here which I don't use, but I use everything else that's in here. I love this thing. And then over here is the matte pack by Stampin' Up. I use this all the time. And the paper piercer. This paper piercer is also actually by Heidi Swap. I love it because it's compact. And I just have like a little needle there that I use to poke holes as well. And then over here is my heat gun. And I just keep that constantly near me because I use that quite a bit when doing embossing. Over here is just random pictures my kids have made me. I like to look at them when I'm scrapping late at night. Kind of makes me put on a little bit of a smile there to have that. And then down here we have my Yorkie Nala. I think she hears the boys. Down here under my desk is where I store my sponges in this little box here. So this is where I actually use sponges to edge paper or whatnot to sort of give that edging look. And then I also keep my Tim Holtz inkers down here. And I use black soot and vintage photo the most, but I do have the refills, and I use tea dye also. But my latest investment is down here, and that's the Pixie craft machine or sewing machine, which I have yet to learn to use. I've not used it yet. Over here, in these 12 by 12 scrapbook page containers or organizers, I have random projects that I have not finished yet, so gotta get to those. Over here is how I store my acrylic stamps, and I store them by images and by sentiments, just so that they're easy to find for me. And then I have some Stampin' Up! Catalogs down here, and my Cutter Bee circle cutter, which I totally love. Works really, really well. And then over here I have my Crocodile in a case. It's got some eyelets in there. Super cool. I love it. And then, oops, sorry about that. And then over here I have my Score Pal. Love, love, love this thing. You can do so many things with this Score Pal. And then over here I actually have a Stampin' Up! Pencil holder, and there's some pencils in here. And actually this came as a kit when I won the little drawing on the Chicken Scratch website. Pretty cool. And then I just have some wipes down there too. And I am going to go ahead and stop this now and start part 2 of my crafting space. See you in a bit. Bye.